Thank you for watching this clip of Not My Bag.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
And if you're listening, give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Well, we're saving that episode, aren't we?
We are. That will be a whole
We're actually
other
planning
episode.
that when George loses his V, we're actually bringing them on the pod. So we're going to interview for an hour about the shag.
That's not happening.
And then we're going to pop some bottles. I actually have, where is it? The emergency losing virginity Prosecco under the desk. So that when it happens, we just crack it open.
Why does this always...
And it's dusty.
Why does it seem to always come back to me being a virgin?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's been brought up every single
Even
pod.
Saffron Barker's mum was like an advocate for it last night.
Oh, she gave me the best pep talk I've ever had.
Yeah, she actually was really into George being a
was telling me
virgin to the point where I thought she wanted to fuck him.
Guys, nothing happened. We're just friends.
Click, mate. George fucked Saffron Barker's mum.
No, Joe, no.
Oh, God, I need a sec.
No.
Anyway, speaking of families, let's go on to the next segment, shall we?
Any funny...
Which is...
Okay.
Sorry, you go.
No, take it away.
No, we're always
please.
doing this. I'm always talking over everyone.
Please, take it away.
The next segment is...
Shagging Saffron Barker's dad. Why has it got onto this topic?
No, guys, our next segment is funny childhood stories that George and I remember growing up. So we've got some very, very funny ones. George, do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, so when we always used to go, and still do, go to Cornwall like every year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you being mugging?
Sorry.
Right. And basically, ITV were down there and they were looking to interview people about seagulls, right? Bearing in mind, my dad's got this like bandana on, his big beer belly out, he's all like oiled up and stuff, isn't he?
Yeah.
And they're walking around and everyone's going, no, we don't.
It was giving Benidorm, wasn't it?
It was really giving Benidorm, right? And everyone, like the crew were asking, people like, no, I'm trying to sunbathe. And my dad was the only person to go, yeah. So then they had a whole segment on ITV Cornwall about my dad and seagulls and sausage rolls and how the seagulls fly down. And it was
But to give you
it
context,
was the dullest thing I've ever
the
seen.
way Dad talks, he's like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, they're fucking
Roost me.
massive. They're fucking huge and they come down and take your sausage roll.
And that was it really, weren't it?
Yeah, bless him. But, you know, that's what got us onto Gogglebox.
Did it?
No, it didn't. This is a really rogue story and I didn't know whether I should say it, but I'm just going to say it and then like, it is what it is. If anyone calls Childline, like, honestly, everything's fine now. So guys, basically what happened was, I was running up the stairs when I was a kid and Dad thought it'd be funny to like pull my trousers down and draw a smiley face on my arse. Still to this day, he found it really funny and I was like, right. And then I went to my nan's and then I remember like I was getting in the bath and my nan was like, I forgot it was there. My nan was like, why have you got a smiley face drawn on your arse? And she was like really concerned.
It
She
is weird. That is very strange.
I mean, I thought it was funny.
I hope the viewers do as well. Because otherwise, Dad's getting locked up.
Yeah. Dad's joining the castle locked in.
Literally. So also, I've got another one about Dad. Again, down in... All funny things seem to happen like in Cornwall and stuff. Like them holidays were always rogue. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
they
think?
were rogue. It's because
but-
they were always pissed.
So Dad-
And so are we.
Dad's friend down there actually had a speedboat, right? And Dad's never liked going really, really fast and stuff, has he? And then I think he was a bit pissed.
Dad panics a lot.
Yeah, he's a big panicker, a big
Yeah.
worrier. So out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, take me on the boat, right? And he's been like, they were doing laps and laps. And then he came back from one time on this speedboat round like the bay and whatever. And he told us that one of the funniest stories I've ever heard. Basically, when they were going so fast, my dad had swim shorts on.
He had these really tight, small Ralph Lauren pink swimming shorts on. And it was very bumpy out of the bay and very windy. And yeah, you can carry it on, but...
And basically, they're just bombing it, right? Going probably, I don't know, like 50 mile an hour or however fast they were going. And the guy who was driving the boat just cuts the engine and my dad's like, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? Was there like, is the engine broke, whatever? And he's a scouse and he goes, Teddy, have a look there, mate. Right? And my dad looks down and his cock and balls are out.
flapping about in the Cornish wind.
And my dad's like, oh, sorry, and just like tuck them back in.
Oh my God, guys, I just remembered we went out on that same boat, me and George was like,
I lost a tooth.
George is really small, and we didn't realise how big the waves are like, when you
literally
get out
lost
to
a
sea. And I've never been in anything like it, and like we kept hitting the waves.
We were
Me and
holding
George
these ropes.
flying up in the air, and at one point George looks over to me, and his tooth is on his tongue, and there's blood all over his mouth, and I'm like that. We get back to the beach. My mum was like, "How was it? Did you have fun?" George is fucking. You've never been on a boat since, have you?
No, it was rogue. Like, he was like, yeah, watch this, lads, and fucking bombed it. I was like 8. I was like, fuck me, this is rogue.
Bless you. Bless you.
So-
I'm trying to think of other things that happened. I know that when 50 Shades of Grey came out, and a lot of horny parents were like going at it, basically, it really like started something, didn't it? A bit of an epidemic, really. And I remember my neighbour came over and gave my mum this like secret package, and I was thinking, what the fuck is in there? And there was all like giggling, like all these girls, and I was like, right. And then I remember like one night I was going for a wee around the landing, and I heard the headboard going. I thought, fuck me. Like, I know mum's a bit of a heavy sleeper, but she's thrashing about a bit. So I started walking towards the door because I was like, is she all right? Like, what's going on? I know she gets a bit panicky, so I thought, got to check. Anyway, started to hear a few groans and thought, hold on a second.
This ain't no sleeping.
This ain't no sleeping. So when I tell you I ran to my bed, I got under the covers, I put my headphones in, I was texting my mate, and I was like, I think I've just heard my parents going at it. And it happened a lot
It actually makes
during
me
that
feel a bit
year.
sick.
And they started like, I remember my mum was like sat there at the dinner table, like reading the book, and I thought, fuck me, like we were in for a bumpy ride.
I'm glad I don't remember that.
Oh, I do.
Well, you said apparently I walked in on...
Yeah, so George
other
doesn't
things.
remember this, but he walked.
Use a wise choice of words here, please. Like,
Okay, I'm going to try and say this so politely. My brother walked in.
oh my dad, oh man. Sorry.
Knee deep in.
My brother walked in on my dad
Sorry.
in my mum's nether regions.
McGuffin the muffin.
Yeah, and all I remember is my dad was like, oh my God, I was just giving your mum belly kisses. So mum is like in a fetal position on the bed, like screaming.
Not in a bad way, like laughing
George has
and
run
stuff.
back to his room, and I came out and I was like, what the fuck has happened here? And I remember so vividly, you know, when something traumatic happens in your life and you remember like everything going on, like the smell of the room, the fact that Dance on Ice was on TV.
Smell of the room. Oh, that's fucking horrible. That's disgusting.
Smell like
Carrots and pears.